Hello, welcome. I'm Eric Linter with Starspeak, your horoscope for July 2017. The month begins with a looming opposition between Mars and Pluto. Handle your partners with kid gloves. This is an aspect that really requires cooperation between people if we're going to take advantage of the immense power it provides. As an aspect, we've seen it many times in the charts of uh, famous generals and athletes. There's a competitive edge that comes when these two planets butt heads. Now, to use it to advantage, one has to be dealing with folks who are cooperative. And if you're faced with somebody who's just totally obstinate, you know, refuses to budge an inch, you're probably better off steering clear of that type of person. The opposition will be exact during the morning of Sunday, July 2nd. So make it, a rule of thumb this weekend to tread softly. Don't come across as overly demanding or pushy. But, likewise avoid people who have those behavior traits as well. It's part of the build-up to the July 4th holiday. So, even coming to an agreement on holiday plans may raise a few hackles. On the 4th of July, there's a lot going on. Notably, Mercury will make a square to Uranus. And indecision, kind of stress, these types of things tend to multiply when the planet of the mind and intuition are not in sync. There's also an elevated risk of an accident. Be careful if you're driving or using fireworks, especially. Use common sense precautions. Venus does enter Gemini during the evening hours, and this facilitates a lighter mood, gives a boost to all kinds of social gatherings. People are more conversational, more flirtatious, and it sets the stage really for an enjoyable evening. The next day, the Sun is trining Neptune, but at odds with Jupiter. And these are kind of dream big, think big messages from on high. The key thing is keeping yourself grounded enough that you can take your creative idea or make your philosophical point and have things add up in such a way that in the end you've got something you can point a finger at and say, this is what I did, this is what I said, this is what I've created. The moon is in a waxing stage in the early part of the month, and energy levels are going to be accelerating as we head towards the weekend. On the 7th, Friday morning, Mercury is in a sextile to Venus. This is a good omen for travelers. Any kind of communications will be enhanced, and there are a kind of liberating energies as the moon trines Uranus. A lot of people are eager and anxious to get an early start on another weekend. The moon will be full just minutes after midnight on Sunday morning. That would be July 9th. This is the full buck moon in Capricorn. Again, a very powerful alignment because the moon is close by Pluto and the sun remains in close proximity to Mars. So again, this reinforces the need to handle partners skillfully and choose wisely, who we spend time with. There's a bigger configuration, a cardinal cross, where Sun, Moon are also testing Jupiter and Uranus at this time. And it can easily and quickly feel like you're in a corner and there's no safe route out. If you get to feeling that you're in an impasse, a stuck place, there may be folks who can throw you a lifeline, but there are probably going to be some people who are unable or unwilling to lend you a hand. You have to know the difference. The Sun is in an opposition to Pluto. That's also just after midnight on Monday the 10th. So cooperation remains an essential key. And this applies both, on an individual person-to-person level, but also amongst nations as well. Remember, this is still a time of the year that's very close to the birth of our nation. And what's going on astrologically around any birthday kind of sets the tone for the coming year. It indicates to me that we're going to continue to see a lot of controversy and instability. Our place in the world is really up for grabs right now. And my personal feeling is, we the people need to more aggressively and vocally speak out. There are some quiet days coming, thankfully, and the 11th and the 12th are very pleasant, I would say. The 13th is also fairly mellow. As we head into another weekend, we have a sextile between Mercury and Jupiter on Friday the 14th. A lot of people will want to hit the road. This is a optimism fueling alignment. There's a kind of acceptance philosophically of truth and seeing the world in a positive light. And the good vibe spills over into Saturday the 15th, an excellent day for socializing and just enjoying life, thinking positive, being with people that you truly like is an excellent idea. And there is a lively social scene happening that Saturday night, the 15th. Well, that's going to wrap up the first half of the month. I want to thank you for checking me out today. If you want to contact me via email, stars@ericlinter.com is the place. And my daily forecasts can be found online at the spiritofchange.org website. Remember, keep looking up.